Well, hello! In this video, I have my first project to share with you with the Thompson's Craft Supplies Mixed Media Design Team. It is an art journal spread, which is not something I've shared with you guys in the past so far, so go easy on me on that one. The kit is a mixed media kit. If you've not seen the video where I showed all the elements of the kit, I will link it if you are interested in seeing that. And at the time of recording, there are still one or two available in stores, so I will link the kit itself if you are interested in purchasing it. The kit's theme is Steampunk Patina, so that's what I'm going for with this spread, at least attempting to do so. My art journal is nothing special. It is just a plain notebook, and I just gesso all the pages. These pages in particular have a double layer of gesso on, just because I knew that I was going to be throwing a lot of stuff at the pages. So I started with some modelling paste, going through that chevron stencil. The stencil was nothing special. I think it was just from AliExpress. I dried it with the heat tool because modelling paste does tend to dry quite quickly. It's good stuff. Oh, and if you're wondering about the big pieces of paper behind each page, I just put those there to avoid getting paint on like other things inside my art journal and stuff like that. So those paints I'm showing you there, they are both from the kit. There's the folk art one, which is the brown, and I've already forgotten the brand name of the gold one. It's different, but the gold paint, oh my goodness, I am just in love with it. It's the best gold paint I've ever encountered in my life. It is so gold and shiny and metallic and just, oh my goodness, I love it. I did mix in, for this part at least, a little bit of the brown because I kind of wanted an old gold look, if that makes sense, and also a bit of water just to make it easier to spread. And I'm just using a fairly wide brush just to spread that all over, and as it goes over all those chevrons, it gives it a kind of a good metal look. Metal like the material, not like the music genre, which I'm a big fan of, just FYI. Anyways, then the brown I added water to that as well, and I'm just putting that in random places. Again, I'm just kind of making it look old and damaged and maybe a bit rusty or whatever. It doesn't really reflect that at this point while it's dry, but you know, they come together towards the end, you know, we get there. So yes, that's going on there. And then I think next, yes, I did. While the paint was still wet, I just added some sort of copper bronzy coloured glitter just over the wet paint, really, again in random places. That was just cheap glitter, probably Craft Sensations or something like that I picked up in the range for some very cheap price, like £1. I did add a little more brown in just around the edges and stuff, make it darker in some places, lighter in other places, all that kind of thing. It just helped towards the old rusty look kind of thing. Then the next thing, I'm layering and adding lots and lots of texture. So this stuff is the 3D gloss gel from the Art Basics from Prima, and oh my goodness, I am in love with this stuff. It's my new favorite thing. Like, it's genuinely true love. I realize mixed media people watching this are going to go, oh, well, duh, because they know exactly what it is. But I'm still new, okay? So allow me my love affair with the gel. Basically, I'm just going over with that cross stencil. That stencil is from a pack from the range. My lovely friend Alice got it for me, but I happen to know where it's from. But yes, I'm just adding texture with that. The gel is both like an adhesive and a layering thing. I'll talk about it more if I get a chance. But yes, I just added those crosses, as I keep saying, for more layer and texture. That paint there is the sort of greeny grey, is Seafoam. Again, it is from the kit itself, and I'm just sponging that on with an old makeup sponge, like the foundation sponges. And yes, just sponging that over there. And even though I waited until the gel was completely dry for this, by the way, I think I let that dry overnight, you can sort of see the crosses where I go over them with the paint. Now, I did add it quite thick at the bottom left there, which I regretted, but I kind of fix it later on. That spray there is the Heidi Swap Colour Shine in Patina, appropriate colour. It's actually much greener than I thought it would be, but so I didn't add loads and loads. Here is where I did a bit of an error. Whoops. So I'm adding hoping to add some moustache shapes with the brown acrylic, but the paint underneath wasn't completely dry. I didn't add any medium to the paint, like gel or gesso or anything like that. And it just, yeah, it ended up as smushes. They're not really moustaches, but lesson learned, mix it in, you know, you learn something new every day. But, you know, it's fine. It's supposed to look messy. That's kind of the point. Down the bottom there, I am adding some organza ribbon. Again, that is with the kit, and I'm using my new baby, I love you so much, the 3D gloss gel. I'm not doing it very precisely, as you can see, because I didn't care if it goes over, because it dries completely transparent, that it doesn't matter if you know, don't put it in the completely correct place. And as I keep saying over and over again, I'm sorry I keep repeating myself, I wanted layers and texture. The reason I'm putting gloss gel over the top of the ribbon on the left-hand side is because I knew I was going to be going over it with some paint, and I just wanted it to be like a smoother finish for the paint to go over. That there is a Caldo drawing ink in copper. It's a 50-50 mix of the ink and water just to make it more sprayy. And yes, what's next? Oh, more paint and glitter. As I said, I wasn't 100% happy with that big blob of green at the bottom left there, so I mixed some more golden brown and the glitter and just sponged it in with a different kind of makeup sponge, just to blend in the golden green a bit more, and also put some over the top of that ribbon there. If you can notice, the ribbon on the right at the bottom kind of curls inwards in a curve, and that just kind of happened magically as I was using the heat tool to dry it. It sort of partly melted the ribbon to curl in on itself. So total accident, but I really like the way it looks. So sometimes these things happen. So back to the gloss gel, mixed it with the brown paint, and I also added black because I wanted a really, really dark chocolatey brown for the next bit that I did. It does end up looking, on camera at least, really, really quite black, but I promise you that's just the camera lights and everything. It is that deep chocolate brown that I wanted. It just not coming up that way. That stencil with that very gentlemanly looking sir and the clock and the stuff is from the kit, and I wanted him to be like part of the main point of my little art journal spread here. I like the look of him. He makes me happy. He's just like a very polite, gentlemanly looking sir. So yes, put that on there with that sort of nice sort of thick paste I created. It is quite, I can't think of the word I want to use, blonky. It didn't, the stencil, the way I did it, the stencil didn't come out perfect, but that's probably because of the medium I used. But it's fine. Messy is what I'm going for. And I used that harlequin sort of shape up in the top right there as well. So these little pieces I'm playing with now, these are fussy cut from one of the 12x12 sheets that came in the kit. I can't remember what the paper was called. It'll be in my video showing the kit, but yeah, so I fussy cut some of those and just wanted to add a bunch of them onto here. And I thought adding that little round one at the end of the ribbon there kind of makes it look like the ribbon's not, well, it doesn't really look like ribbon anymore, but makes it look like it's attached with a big metal rivet or something. I don't know. But some of them I am distressing the edges with the Dovecraft distressing tool, and also sort of dabbing at the edges with the golden brown mix and the makeup sponge again. Just, it makes them look not so neat and fit in more with the background and stuff. And I am attaching them again with the 3D gloss gel, because that stuff, just as I said, it sticks anything to anything. Please don't try that at home with sticking, I don't know, like a chair to a ceiling. I'm not sure if it would do that, but yes, again, distressing the edges. I didn't distress the edges of the ones that have like the cog edges, because then I would ruin it and I'd spend so long fussy cutting them perfectly. But yes, just adding the paint and stuff, and I'm just attaching them like that. Again, I don't care if the glue is or the gel is not in the right place, because it just adds more texture and layers and stuff. And I am going over the top with the gel as well, because it's the gloss gel rather than the matte, obviously, it does leave a nice glossy surface, which was appropriate because they're supposed to look like metal things. So, yes. Goodness me, this is a long voiceover. Are you sticking with me? I'm struggling. I might need a break, I'm not going to lie. That clock stencil there, again, I think that's an AliExpress job. So, yes, I will try and link the things if I can, but I'm not sure if I will. That was a failed stencil moment there. Did you see that? Whoops. So my stenciling isn't going 100% very well, but I think it's because the background is so layered with so many textures that it makes it harder. I had lots of leftovers, like of the brown and paint and gel mix, and I always use my leftovers of these things and put them in my other art journal because I've always got a couple going at once, and going straight on them with the gesso, they stenciled perfectly. So it is what's going underneath that matters when it comes to perfect stenciling. Those sequins, those are part of the kit as well. They are the Spiegelmum scrap sequins that the mix was exclusively designed for the kit, and I am just adding those all over the place just with some tacky glue in a fine liner bottle. And yeah, I don't add zillions and zillions because I didn't want it to be, too sparkly, but I just wanted that sort of little sparkly hint, and I mostly put them around the cogs and stuff like that. And just to finish up, I wanted like words or sayings or something, and the Tim Holtz clipping stickers are just freaking perfect to match anything of the sort of steampunk, imagery. What's the word? I can't remember. Actually, the clipping stickers go with everything, but I sort of made a bit of a poem kind of thing with those. I think it says, it's a subject well worth considering. The first step is a journey. Every road should have a path, and make the journey of your own. It's kind of rubbish, I know, but I've just kind of made something work with all of those. And it says lesson 175 as well, just because. And I also had to use that all orders promptly attempted to with that gentleman there, because he looks like the kind of person who would say the word promptly a lot. So I just thought it suited him. Added those with the tacky glue rather than the gel because I didn't want them to be glossy, really. And finishing touches, more of the Heidi Spot Patina, and then the Nouveau drops. These are an add-on for the kit, so they don't come in the main kit itself. I did get a couple of add-ons. I can't remember the colour. It's copper something, but I just added those. They kind of look like something between the sparkliness of the sequins, but also a bit like metal rivets as well. So they just went in randomly. And then I also put them on that little bar thing that's under the man, because then they kind of work as well, looking like little metal rivets. And yes, there we go. It's finished. Phew! Long voiceover was long. Thank you so much for watching. Go and check out the video of the kit if you haven't already. Go check out the store, Thompson's Craft Supplies, obviously. And then, yes, check out my other projects with the Steampunk Patina kit as well. So again, thank you so much. Please be kind. I'm very nervous about sharing this. I'm sorry I am. But anyway, okay, I am finally going.